Hey, what's going on, guys? So I want to talk to you guys about the word balance today. I've been doing a lot of podcasts lately. I've been going and talking to different people on Zoom. And one of the things that I keep coming back to is this word balance. Somebody asked, why do I keep bringing up the word balance? Well, the reason I bring up the word balance is because that's what I feel like society is lacking right now. I feel that we've erased the in-between. We've erased the middle, and now you can only identify as left or right, Republican or Democrat. You can only identify with I'm gonna wear the COVID mask or I'm not gonna wear the COVID mask. And everybody in that middle doesn't even exist. But I want you guys to see something that's critical is that we need to bring back that middle game. We need to bring back that balance, is because the balance is what's going to push us forward. You see, unfortunately, because of the recent protests in law enforcement, because of the death of George Floyd, what's happened is we've either gone extremely left or we've gone extremely right. And some of the downfalls of that have been Chaz. Now, if you're not sure what Chaz is a city in Seattle, Washington that was essentially taken over because people said we no longer want police. Well, what happened after that is crazy. What happened after that, there was about 7 shootings in the span of a few days. People were dying there. The city got overtaken. And now you have people suing the city because the city failed to intervene. That's just a small example of what can happen without balance in our life. On the same token, we talk about COVID-19. We have people that are adamant that they need to wear masks. I'm with you on that. We do need to protect each other, but we also need to understand that, hey, if we go out and start eating better, we start running, we start working out, it's been proven that our health or being healthy can help us fight against COVID. But then we also have those that are adamant that they don't want to wear the mask. And what I ask you to do is realize that if you don't want to wear the mask, what about the elderly people who have been identified as being a high risk group that's in danger of COVID-19? Well, again, it comes back to that word balance. The reason we need that balance is because we got to be able to learn how to pick and choose our battles. I went on a call for service yesterday, and I dealt with a husband and wife, or actually a boyfriend and girlfriend, that were having issues. And as they were having issues, one of the things that they talked about was, hey, I have property and I need to get my property back. The property was a cell phone. The female wanted her cell phone back, but her boyfriend didn't want to give her the cell phone back. I said, hey, look, man, we got to learn to pick and choose our battles. And so what we did is I said, you know what, as much as that cell phone, as important as it may be to you, if we give her that cell phone, for now, at least we know that this situation can be resolved. So he was able to pick and choose a battle, and he gave over the cell phone so that way she could go on about her merry way and he was able to go on about his merry way. That's what you call balance. That's what you call picking and choosing battles. And so what I want to implore you guys today is realize that if somebody tells you something that's in opposition to your own beliefs, it doesn't mean that they're your enemy now. It just means that they differ a little bit from you. If somebody goes out there and their ideals are different from your ideals, it doesn't mean that they're the enemy. It just means that they're different. I never forget when me and my wife got married, we went to marriage counseling so that way we can learn how to operate as a husband and wife. And one of the things that stood out to me during that conversation was this, is Ryan, you and your wife are going to have differences. It doesn't make you wrong. It just makes you different. And so once you realize that just because somebody different has a differencing of an opinion than you do, it doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make you wrong. It just makes you different. That's how God created us to be, is that we can all be free thinkers and have difference of opinions. So I understand that we're frustrated. I understand that we're living in frustrating times. I understand that there's some people that it seems like their views are so out in left field, and you got some people's views are so out in right field. I understand all that. But we need to have the balance. We need to be able to have collective conversations with one another so that way we can come and just realize, like, you know what? Even though I may not agree with you, there's something that I can still learn from you. And now that I've learned from you, how can we do things better? That's one of the things that I pride myself on doing, is I pride myself on trying to find the balance. I'm not always going to agree with you, but at the same time, I will try to learn from you. You know, I don't expect everybody to agree with everything I say. I don't. I never have. If I did, I would have stopped making videos a long time ago, because I often get criticized by some of the videos I make. But what I do expect is that you would just have an open ear and try to hear from a different perspective. Just like I did when I talked about taking a knee. I had a lot of people that agreed with me, and then I also had those that didn't agree with me. Well, you know what? Because God gave me my way to think for myself, because God gave me the Holy Spirit, I have a free way of how I want to think and perceive things. And that's what's great about humanity. So I just encourage you, when you guys figure out something, or when you guys are having dialogue with one another, don't just cast stones at them because they don't agree with the way you think. Just have an open conversation, agree to disagree, and let's move forward. That's how we're going to do it. Thanks again, and God bless.